There are things we put on a safari brochure, and then there are things that become stories. The first and foremost thing that I want to tell you is that the jungle is not a zoo and these animals are not going to perform for you. They're not there for your photographs. They are living their lives, and sometimes, they would very much prefer that you were not a part of it. Jim Corbett National Park, one such incident comes to mind. These were the days when I used to travel a lot to Jim Corbett. We used to have this one extension to a regular program of Kyoni Docking from the UK. And after doing the Golden Triangle, we used to actually head for a 3-night extension to Corbett. And it was during one such safari. We were deep inside the jungle. We're not on the edges. We had actually gone pretty deep. It was late afternoon. And it was that point where you turn back to come back. And just as we were about to turn back, we came across this elephant. Big male. And from the moment you saw him, he was pissed. You knew he was pissed. Something told me he was not having a good day. I was talking to my driver and I was telling him that look, let's get out of here. And before we knew it, we just saw his trunk smash something or throw something, and there was a loud thud. There was a rock and that had come and hit us on the fender of a vehicle. This is something that I'd never seen before. I'd never seen an elephant throw a stone at us. Every one of us, including the driver who was a regular in the jungle, we were scared out of our wits. And remember, some of the people like the drivers who take us regularly into the jungle, they don't scare easy. They've seen a lot. I think in that moment, nobody moved, nobody could move. Even our driver was frozen. And while we were still sitting there, the vehicle idling, the elephant turned and walked away. Slowly. He had made his point, and that was enough. When I sat back and rethought about that afternoon, here is what I have learned. That elephant taught me more about wildlife in those 30 seconds than most people learn in the lifetime of safaris. See, Indian elephants are generally very peaceful. They're social animals. However, specific psychological states and environmental pressures can trigger extreme aggression. When an elephant is annoyed or startled by a safari vehicle, but doesn't actually want to commit to a full energy-draining physical carnage or a charge, it uses object hurling. By picking up a stone and throwing it at us, the elephant was effectively telling us to back off. I see you, you're too close. If you don't want to get hurt, back off. And as I said, once it threw the stone, it just turned around and moved away. It had shown its irritation, it had shown its dominance, and decided that, the message was passed. Yes, he was aggressive, but he wasn't dangerous. He could have done far worse. I mean, we were just sitting there. We wouldn't have been able to move. He communicated and we heard him. The learning is the jungle talks to you constantly. The question is whether you know how to listen. That's the difference between a wildlife experience and a real wildlife experience. Anyone can drive you into a national park and wait for the tiger. I use my learnings. I use my experience to help you read the jungle, to understand what you're actually seeing, to come home not just with photographs, but with a completely different understanding of what wild actually means. I still trip lead. If that's the kind of safari you're looking for and you want me to help design it or trip lead it for you, contact me. And no, I cannot promise that elephant throwing a stone is going to be a standard part of that itinerary, but I can promise you it'll be thrilling, it'll be exciting.